Okay,
Okay, everybody.
let me.
Yes, go ahead, Sana, and do your magic.
Okay, I am just going to open up my. Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Sana Ilyas. I am the Strategic Programs Coordinator at Skilling Future. It is great to welcome all of you to another exciting edition of Skilling Future Workshop Masterclass Saturday. Every Saturday, a brilliant mind from the Skilling Future team takes the stage to share valuable insights on cutting edge trends, strategies, and innovations shaping the future of education and professional development. These sessions are designed to spark ideas, foster meaningful discussion, and equip you with practical strategies to stay ahead in the ever evolving learning landscape. Today's session promises to be no exception. Get ready to delve deep into Boodlebox, how to use this platform for educational opportunities with Andy Lucchesi and Shahida Rehman. Drawing from their extensive experience in designing transformative learning programs and their work in academia, they will guide us through the potential of how Boodlebox can be used. So let's get started and make the most of this learning opportunity. Over to you, ladies.
Hello, everybody. I am Andy. As Sana have said in like 2 seconds before, so let me open our presentation over here. So today we're going to be talking about Boodlebox. How to use this platform for educational opportunities. It's going to be presented by me and our CEO and founder, Shahida Rehman. Just for a little bit of context, I am a certified ESL educator, so meaning that my background comes from language and linguistics, applied linguistics background. And I am also co-founder of Skilling Future. Today, we're also going to, and this is just me in a nutshell. I also want to introduce you to our founder, Shahida, because I would like to go through the presentations as soon as possible because there is a lot of things that we're going to work on today. Shahida, go ahead.
I think it's fine. You can just, move on with the Boodle box.
Are you sure? Well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Go on.
All right. Sorry, guys. It's just that I really wanted you to, for those who are new coming to the platform, because I have been on sometimes and I know that some of you are regulars already. I really didn't want you to miss, the beautiful background that our founder has over here. So it was like an opportunity for you to
No
meet.
worries. We'll be having more workshops for that. But now it's more important to, dive into Boodle box right now.
Excellent.
Go ahead.
All right, everybody. So we're going to dive, as Shahida said, into Boodlebox because today um, it's going to be a hands-on activity workshop where we're going to learn how to use this platform for learning opportunities. Let me go ahead and share the screen. Okay, so I hope that we're visible, right? Yes? Okay, so when we're talking about Boodlebox, we're talking about a very specific software that allows to have multiple AI models and bots. But before we get there, let's start from the beginning, as they say. This is how you will start. This is the interface, the presentation part of Boodlebox, and you just have to sign in. One that you have signed in, you're going to have something that looks like this, okay? So in this particular case, I already have some sort of activity going because I use it often, okay? And this is how the interface looks like, okay? This is what we're going to be working on today. So basically, when we're talking about Boodlebox and the reasons why we really like this platform, is because it allows us, even if we are not knowledgeable or we have not used Gen AI before, it is actually really interesting how intuitive it is. And also one of the things that I believe it's really interesting about Boodlebox is that it has been created and designed specifically for collaborative work. What does it mean? It means that if we are, for example, working in a school and we have decided to use Boodlebox for professional collaboration between the teachers, for instance, it's a good opportunity to use this platform. Also, another interesting or at least vision that I see about Boodlebox and how it can be used in different situations is that um, if you are using it just for personal reasons to design your classes, you're going to be able to organize it by folders. So there is a lot that this platform can offer. So I would like to walk you through everything before I tell you, and while I walk you through it, I am going to show you how each one of the parts works, okay? So once that you guys have signed up, you're going to have this look and actually this look over here, which means that you're going to already have bots or models that are already pre-designed with a specific prompt in case that is what you want. So let me walk you through the buttons. Here is the launch pad. The launch pad means that every time that you open your Boodlebox interface, it's going to look like this with, in this particular case, your username and all the buttons in case that you want to go specifically to them. This is the launch pad where you're going to have, for example, the latest news. You have it over here. If you want to go specifically to one model, or if you want to go to the chats, or if you have a chat going with your colleagues or with your students, because this is an app that has also been created for students, you can use it as well. This button over here, it's called the knowledge button because basically you're going to be able to upload information from your folder. For example, from your folders in your computer or information that you have been working with colleagues. You can customize your bots, which is the part where Shahida is going to cover. You have a support button. And today we're going to work on this part, which is the chats. Okay. All right. In case that you guys have questions, please, Sana, let me know so we can make it a little bit more interactive. Okay. So when I was talking about these two buttons, the buttons over here are essential because we have the chats, meaning that all the conversations that we're going to have in Boodlebox with our students, with our colleagues, or just conversations that we just personally have with each one of the models or the bots are going to be there in this chat part, okay? For example, you can organize it by folders, or you can just go ahead and see all the chats that you have been having. So, for example, in this case, you can, when you are talking about folders, you can just add a new one and name it as you wish. As you guys can see here, I have recently these over here, and I have created these ones for you to see. So for example, I have a business English lesson plan for advance. These are the lessons that I have been creating with Boodlebox. Imagine that you're not a language educator, that you're an educator for math, for example. Well, there you go. For grade 12, for instance. So here it is. You just go ahead and give it a name. Yes, you open your new chat. You can name it. Yes, you can rename it as it is. You can rename it, and you can add it to another folder if that is the case, or you can just have a new chat. What does it mean to have a new chat? Meaning that every time that you're going to work in that group, let's say again, with your students, your colleagues, or on your own, because this can be also for personal reasons, you can start the new chat. And again, you are going to rename it. Again, I'm just going to go simple. Lesson 1, for example, and you start the conversation. One of the things that I believe it's really interesting about Boodlebox is that it has multiple models, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But here they are. One of the things that we have been doing when we interact with large language models is that we sometimes compare that information, and we do it perhaps with other models that are in the market. So here in Boodlebox, you have all of them in one place. You can go and have them over here if you want, okay? Or over here. Now, I have favorite bots already because I have simply add them from the AI models list. And not only from the AI models that they have, but also the Boodlebox that inside the platform exist. Let's go by steps. Probably some of the names that you will see over here rings a bell. The ones that are for free use are over here, okay? And what does it mean for use? It means that this platform can be used without paying anything, and you can use it forever free. So these are the ones that are for use. For example, they have one of the latest models. They have ChatGPT, they have Claude, not the most recent one, but they have Claude 3.5. They've got Gemini, Bing, etc. HelpBot, for example, it's a bot from from Boodlebot, and it actually helps you with questions that you might have through a conversation. Recently, they added DeepSeek, and by just clicking the button over here, you can just use the model that you feel more comfortable using. It doesn't only have large language models, it also has generative AI models. And like, for example, this one over here that are for image generation. And they have also different ones that are like a little bit of a hybrid that are for web research. We've got over here. Some of them perhaps you have used separately, but the magic of Boodlebox is that you can actually find it all in one place. And as I was saying before, you can interact with them over here. Yes, you can change the use. Do you see? Instead of going from one platform and leaving that platform, so you go to another one, you can have all the conversations infinitely as you want here. Okay, you can just go ahead and change, for example. How did I create my favorite ones? Well, simply by hearting them. Do you see? I just added it to my favorite. So there it is. Okay, so it is as simple as that. This platform actually is really friendly because not only that you can choose manually over here, or the ones over here are the ones that you have put on your favorite list, for example, but you are going to be
Right.
uh,
Right.
okay, I'm going to close that microphone. All right. So, as I was saying, you're going to be able to use a handful of over 1,000 bots that Boodlebot has created, that Boodlebox have created for us educators and students For instance, they are by category, which I believe it makes it so simple in terms of us trying to look up for a bot that we might be needing specifically for that task that we have to complete. For example, the ones that I use often are the brainstorm bots. And here you go. This one over here, you can click it and you just go ahead and create the conversation with it. For example, let's try one practical example over here. Help me with ideas for SL lesson plan for grade 5, for example. Yes. And as you can see, my prompt is not very sophisticated, as for example, we have explained in other workshops that prompting matters. And it still matters, but in my specific case, I am using a simplified principle, which is the power of 3. Basically, that I am giving it a very specific task, which with a main idea, and I am perhaps giving a little bit of a reason or an explanation. And here it is. Help me with ideas for an ESL lesson plan for grade 5. It's not too specific as perhaps you might have interacted with other large language models, but that is also the beauty of Boodlebox. It helps you walk through the process in a conversation. So let's click it and see how it goes. And here we start the conversation. It started by asking me certain things that I didn't specify in my prompt. What specific language skills would you like to focus on in this lesson? So then I can be as dry and simple as this. Reading. Okay, imagine that I don't want to give more information than that. And there you go. It starts building it, right? So in this particular case, again, simple, all right? And then I start my conversation and, for example, environment, and I am done, for example, one moment, environment, and I'm done brainstorming. So I just want it to create the lesson environment. And now please create the lesson. Okay. So this one is for brainstorming and it continues. I just want to go straight to the point. So I changed the model that I stopped talking to the bot and I just go to the model that I want to use. I chose one of my favorites, which is, as I said before, the ones that I interact more often. And I go ahead and ask, and I tell it, create a lesson plan for this session as discussed before. And it's going to create it for me. As you guys can see, I didn't have to go back and forth between models outside of different platforms. Everything happened in the same platform. And that is one of the things that I personally really love about this. Of course, you might be thinking, okay, what if I want of course, this is something that you can tailor, that you can just keep on having the conversation until it's done to your taste and needs, right? But a lot of platforms out there already give you the lesson plan and everything that you have to do in one place, and you just click the button and it's out there, right? Well, I believe that sometimes we work in schools where we have very specific templates that we need to use. So we just go ahead and click here. Yes, and we would copy it in that platform in case that, for example, I used to work when I was in my 20s, I used to work in schools where they were like very specific with templates. And if this reality of artificial intelligence would existed back then, I would just go to Boodlebox and not use, for example, other platforms that just created the lesson plan for me, okay, in a way that it would be limiting. Also, one of the things that I like about Boodlebox is that it allows us to have multiple conversations, okay? So in the chats that you can have, you see here that there are other people? Imagine that, for example, Shahida and I would be working in the same school. Okay. So in case that in full reality, for example, if that would be true, Shahida would be my principal and I would be one of these the teachers. And I imagine that there is like a conversation about maybe parents conference that we are working on, or for example just a project that we're working on. Boodlebox, because I said before, it works on collaboration, allows us to have conversations, okay, that allows more than one or as many people we have in a classroom, for example, or in our teacher staff as as we want. For instance, here, this is a conversation. I am not the chat owner of this conversation specifically, but I want to show you, okay, that in this particular case, the chat owner, okay, it will appear here. Let's say, for instance, again, your principal, or in this case, let's say Shahida would be the chat owner, let's say, and she would invite the other people to join. How can she invite them to join? By copying the link, as you see here, and sending it through whatever communication channel we might have within the school, or simply by good old email. So the conversation would be quite simple because, as you guys can see here, it starts with a conversation from the chat owner, and then we would all be collaborating in this conversation. Imagine that this is not something that we are doing with colleagues, that we're doing this with our students. Uh, One of the many things that we teachers are worried is in the pedagogical process that goes in the classroom. What does it mean? Sorry. What, as I was saying, is the pedagogical process that goes in the classroom for our students to keep on the learning, right? So imagine that I ask my students to let's say, discuss over a topic. I can see who, and I can create small groups. For example, instead of having, like folders just for me, imagine that in this particular case, instead of making it lesson, I can call it conversation one, because that was the idea that day, or discussion one. And I just would see how was the thinking process of each one of my students, if they have added any knowledge and when I say added knowledge, is because maybe they have added any files from the research that they have done. I can see who have participated in a higher or lower level. I mean, it really depends on how is it that you have been developing the lesson, or what is the scope of the lesson, but you can see the entire process here. Um, to finalize this part, for example, I was creating an activity. I was creating an activity for uh, there for third graders, okay? I asked I used, for example, one of the models to generate image. And I used DALI, okay? And I prompted something as simple as create a purple cat picture style with a green frog as his best friend on a bike. It created this cute picture, for example, that I can again go ahead and, yes, there you go. I liked it. I can go ahead and, one moment. Yes, I can go ahead and share this conversation with the people that I want to share this picture with. And then I ask it to create a short mini lesson plan for me to use with my third graders and to create a poem to use with them. After conversation, because we were tailoring it, this was the final result. Do you see? That I then ask it to create, okay, I wanted this a dictation activity. Here's the dictation activity, the fill in the gaps, the answers, and then a warm-up discussion for the beginning of the class and then the wrap-up. As you guys can see, you can build very easily. This took me like less than 5 minutes to create. So this first part, I would like to stop it here. Okay. And go to the main room. Do you guys have some questions? Because I know that I have said a lot of things, so I can always go back.
There was one question by Hanan, and then she was asking that, okay, can it be used for PBL?
Oh, well, yes, of course. I mean, remember that when we're talking about Boodlebox or any type of platforms like this, because remember that when we in the future, for future reference, when we at Skilling Future would recommend something, it's because we have used it a lot, and we would recommend and we will tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So in this particular case, absolutely. Remember that, as I said at the very beginning, Boodlebox is a platform that hosts all these models plus the bots that they have created that are over thousands that make our work and our students' life a lot easier for learning processes. PBL is a method that we use in the classroom. So in the prompt that we insert, if we are using it with a model, for example, I'm going to go back to the platform, okay? Imagine that we are here, okay? And I am using, let's say, Claude, okay? And I want to start a new conversation, all right? So I just want to ask, I don't know, Shahida, what PBL activity can we ask it to do? Because, for example, I have asked to create a PBL activity for my ESL advanced group, but do you have any other ideas that we can add here just for example purposes?
Um, I think in my demonstration part, I can show them the PBL bots, which I have specifically developed for this purpose. Instead of randomly or surfing on the general bot or general LLM, I think it will be a good idea. I will be showing all of you our bots which we have created for PBL, and you will also be able to interact with them. Sana will be sharing the link of that bot as well with all of you. What do you think, Andy, about this idea?
Yes, I just would like to add that in case that PBL is not the methodology that it's not your go-to methodology, okay? That is just something that you want to try out. And that's why I was, like focusing, because I know that we were going to focus on PBL after this. It is important that you just add it in your prompt. For example, again, Boodlebox have created or was the idea was to make your life easier, and the way that you communicate to it doesn't have to be necessarily too complicated. Let's say as the promptings that we have explained in the past. So here you just can simply say create a PBL activity for, again, I like to be very specific. So in this particular case, create a PBL activity for the sixth grade and make it for and make it no and focus on the environment. Okay, again, I am not giving too much information, so I just simply introduce the information and there you have it. Okay, so again, we in Skilling Future, we have our focus is mainly on PBL because that's how we that is our to-go methodology to use in the classroom. But in case that is not yours necessarily, please be confident to simply introduce it in the prompt. And as you can see, it will create at least a very good first draft for you to use. Okay, so this said, I am going to, in case that we don't have more questions related to this first part, please, Shahida, the floor is yours. I think that you can share your screen.
I have a question related to, and I think so that maybe in somebody else's mind as well. With the free version and the free bots that are available, is there a certain limit that people would have to keep in mind that, okay, there's a limitation with the bots that are present there, which they are able to have access to?
Okay, let's go here to the launch pad. Here in the package, let's see if I can go back. Remember that freebies are always they have a limitation, but frankly, if you ask me, I think today my internet is a little slow. It doesn't want me to show you the prices. I want to show you the prices and not letting me. Well, anyways, the freebies, okay, usually have obviously some sort of limitations. But I think that the free version is really good enough in case
Mhm.
that we have limited resources. Okay, what do I mean by limited resources? That our school doesn't have it, that we are the ones who have to pay it, as usually happens for educators. I think that the free version is good enough for it. So and you have access to most of the features from Boodlebox. So yes, I think that
Mhm.
it has limitations as all the free stuff, but it is, I believe, to my opinion, good enough.
Okay, sounds good. Again, and I think so that when you're paying for different models on different platforms, with Boodlebox, you'll have all of these models on just on one platform. That's one of the positives that one can see investing in a Boodlebox, if one is planning to invest in that one.
Hmm.
Okay, Shahida, I we would love to see what you how the bots that you have developed for Skilling Future. I'm going to share the list of all of the bots that we have developed, with that Shahida has developed, so you can also access them along the way.
Okay, thank you so much, Sana. Okay, before I show the bots, I would just like you to, check your email. I have sent the use cases of some of the bots, which I am going to share and display today because I want people here to try out those bots with me. So it will be convenient for them to use them. Okay, so I'm just going to shortly share my screen with you. First of all, I will be sharing with you the collection of bots which I have created over here on this platform. My other colleagues, they're also creating, and in the coming days, you'll be seeing more bots from Scaling Future. So now the aim of creating these bots is a customized thing. So I'm just going to let me know when you start seeing the screen. So is the screen visible?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Okay, thank you. So here you can see this is the library of my bots which I have created. So here I can categorize the bots which I have created in two categories at the moment, and we will be adding on more bots. Our another co-founder, John, he has created his own set of bots as well for Skilling Future and for his own institution as well. And Andy and John, they're also collaborating, and in the next few days, we are going to announce a whole new set of bots as well. So, okay, so coming to my collection of bots or bots which I have created. So there are two categories. One is the AI literacy bots, which I have created. And in that AI literacy bots, there are five bots, one for students, one for parents. And then there is, as you can see, AI literacy bot for students, AI guide for parents, teacher AI literacy partner, AI education leadership bots. It is for administrators and school leaders and principals. And then Edu AI curriculum guide as well, which helps in integrating artificial intelligence in the curriculum for curriculum developers. So these are five bots are there from series one. That is our AI literacy toolkit. In the second series, we also have recently created an innovation hub at Scaling Future. And in that context, we have started developing a series of customized AI boards so that people who will be the educators and students, whosoever will be joining our innovation hub, they can use those boards for developing their PBL project, for their stream projects, and for their entrepreneurship projects. So this is the idea behind the innovation hub and its bots. So shortly, I will also be showing you our website as well, where the entire collection of the bots is available, but we will be adding on with the passage of time. So before that, the next, our Innovation Hub bots series. In that, we have Inspire PBL bot. We have Stream and AI Innovation Lab bot. We have Dice to Solve, Venture Mind, Startup Spark, and Industry AI PBL Simulator, Research Rover, Data Analyzer, and Creative Catalyst. So far, we have this set of bots, but I am working on more bots. So you will see more in future. So now, for demonstration purposes, I will be showing you some bots, and Sana must have shared with you the links of these bots as well, some of these bots, and she will also share with you a document having the use cases of three of the bots which I'm going to show you today. So the first bot which I'm going to show you today is our teacher AI literacy partner. So now this is basically the interface which is visible on your screen right now. Sana?
Yes, Shahida?
Yes. Sana, can you see the teacher AI literacy partner on the
Yes,
screen?
yes, we can see that.
Okay. So in case you don't see anything which I'm talking about, please do let me know. Okay.
We will do that.
So yeah. So this is basically the blueprint of the bot which I have created while I was developing the bot. So I thought that it will be interesting to show you that the blueprint, how I have developed the bot. So we will be having more workshops in future. Last Saturday we had a workshop by John, and he has taught us how to create chatbots on different platforms, and Boodlebox was one of them. So as you can see, the blueprint of the bot, this is basically a bot whose expertise are, it is expert in AI literacy for educators, and it encompasses AI literacy fundamentals, AI education landscape, AI evaluation and selection, curriculum integration of AI literacy, professional development, and also the ethical and responsible AI in education, relevant frameworks and regulations for AI in education. Now, if I talk about the AI literacy series, so it is noteworthy that the AI literacy bots are specifically designed, and in its knowledge base, I have referred UNESCO guidelines specifically. UNESCO AI competency framework for students, for teachers, its ethical guidelines, its policy guidelines. So all of these things, they have gone into the knowledge base of these series of bots. So as you can see, I have specified the bot role in expertise, then its target audience is K-12 and higher education teachers, as you can see. And I have defined certain objectives for the bot. I have defined the bot workflow, that what all steps, bot will follow while interacting with the visitors. So while designing these bots, we were very much conscious about the ethical aspects of these bots, because these tools, they are like, at one end, if they have benefits, on the other end there might be the risks as well. So we have catered for those things, while defining the guidelines and limitations. See, guidelines and limitations of the bots, what it can do, what it cannot do, and what it should not do. So these things have been clearly spelled out here while we have developed these bots. So, and then I would just also like to show you in the knowledge base of this bot, for example, what I have added up in the knowledge base, what type of documents. Now, as you can see here, I have added up guidelines by EU. I've also added up guidelines from, there were certain set of collection of resources that was available with me, some authentic resources, UNESCO recommendations are there, guides from some authentic international organizations, and see there. So I have added up 67 valuable authentic resources, internationally authentic resources in the knowledge base of this one of the board. This is just one example. So the boards which we have developed, they have a certain authentic knowledge base. Now, having said that, now I would also like to show you how it works. So
Shahida, while you do that, I would like to add, you do your thing, okay, while I tell something to the audience. In case that this is the first time that you see how building a bot happens, okay, or what it's behind. Oh, Shahida, sorry, can you go back for a second because I wanted to show them something, especially for
Okay, okay.
those, yeah, especially for those that it's the first time that they actually see this. Um, one of the things that it's really interesting about Boodlebox is that they have their own build your own box bot section. Okay, as you can see, it's very intuitive, and the importance of building your own bots, it's because you can build in your own knowledge base. As schools, which I know that some of you represent or are part of, we need to work first on safety of our students' body and also the knowledge that they receive. So in this particular case, when we are using and when we create bots, we create them with the sole idea, in most cases, for our students to have a safe interaction with, for example, let's say, specific materials that we want them to use. Like, for example, the AI literacy partner, teacher AI literacy partner that Shahida has created. The knowledge is quite dense and very, very important, the knowledge that we put, because we know that it's not going to take it elsewhere, creating any hallucination in that case. Also, for example, in the instructions that we have, that we install in the bot, there are very, very clear aspects that we want the chat, as Shahida said, to do and not to do. So we, the educator, is in absolute or at least 95% in control of what the bot is going to create. This is actually really important, and that's why we are emphasizing in the bots, because as an educator and on Boodlebox, you can create as many bots as you need in your well, let's say your subject or in your school, and they are free for your student body to use. Shahida, that's the only thing that I wanted to add.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that was the most important addition, because we at Skilling Future, we believe on ethical AI integration. So we should not be using tools for the sake of using tools, but they should be purposefully and meaningfully and ethically and sensibly used. So it is very important. So, okay. So, when you will log into this bot, AI Teacher AI Literacy Partner bot, so there are, this bot or any other bots which we have created. Now I'm going to tell you that you can ask 3 questions from each of the bot before exploring its capabilities or before start interacting with it. For example, when you will open up any bot, so it will give you a welcome message and it will tell you, it will give you 2 options. Like one option is go with the modules. I have predefined the modules in each of the bot with a specific knowledge base, as Andy has also mentioned. So the user has 2 options. One, choose from the modules for practical resources, or you can ask your own specific questions. Again, it is not going to answer any questions in any inappropriate manner, because I have given very detailed guidelines and also the ethical frameworks which it adheres by. So, okay. So the very first question which you should ask from any bot, list of bots which we have also given you, the links are there. For example, the very first question you can ask is, for example, what you can do. A very simple question. So why you have to ask this question? So that you are able to know that the capabilities of the specific bot, whatsoever you are using. So let's see, it will tell about what are its capabilities very briefly. So you see here, it is telling. And now it is also giving the So it is also giving the options. Like, for example, you would like to explore one of these topics, you would like to ask specific questions, or you would like to get practical guidance for implementing AI in your teaching. So, for example, it has given you a list of what it can do. The second question which I would like to ask from it is, for example, what you cannot do. So by asking this question, I am asking from this chatbot that what are its limitations, what it cannot do. So it is very important when you yourself are using or your students are using. So we highly recommend you and your students to ask these 2 questions. They're very important questions. So you see, it takes a little bit of time, but then it gives you see, here it has told me about its limitations, that I cannot do this, I cannot do that. And for example, the very important thing, for example, I cannot offer one size fits all solutions for integration. See, I cannot make final decisions about ethical AI. See, and then I cannot directly implement AI systems in schools. So it clearly shows what it can do and what it cannot do. Now, the next question which I would like to ask from the bot is, and which Sana will also provide a resource. For example, it's a good idea if you don't have any clue from where to begin. You can ask the bot, tell me the top 5 use cases of, you would like write the name of the bot. For example, here in this case, it is Teacher AI Literacy Partner. Okay, so I'm just going to ask it, and now you'll see it is going to tell me the top 5 use cases. We have to wait a little bit. You see here, now it is giving me its top 5 use cases, and then I will start interacting with choosing any one of them. You can develop your lesson plans, you can develop your activities, you can develop professional development sessions. For example, here you can see the top 5 cases: enhanced teaching and learning, curriculum integration of AI literacy, AI tech tools evaluation, a very important one, professional development in AI literacy. You see here, UNESCO AI competencies, you will find the references time and again when you will be using or interacting with this 5 box set of AI literacy. It again and again, it is going to refer to UNESCO AI competency framework. So then ethical AI implementation and leadership. So ethical AI implementation is a part and parcel of each and every bot which you will find in our collection. So for example, I would like to ask here, for example, share. I'm just going to, and it is very easy. I'm going to just copy one of the things which I feel interested out of the list which it has given. I'm just going to copy paste it here. So again, it is very, very convenient. As Andy has already mentioned, it is very user-friendly platform. So you will see now it is going to share the pathways for continuous learning about in education. So let's see what it tells me. You can even ask it to develop the lessons as well. So I'm not going to go into those much details. I have told you the tactic or the strategy to interact with this bot, and I'm sure that all of you can now play around this bot and see the possibilities. So you see here, the noteworthy thing is professional development framework. For example, follow the UNESCO competencies framework for teachers' progression levels, understanding, application, and creation level. So again, one by one, you can unfold things, and one by one, you can give it command and prompts. And again, you don't need to give very, very lengthy prompts. It works very well, even if you give small prompts, or even if you pick up the use cases. For example, in this case, it has mentioned, it has given answer, and you can build up great things over here based on the things that are mentioned. Okay, so you see here, there are so many things, and I would love if you people can also side by side start exploring these bots. It will be really great. So this is one of the bots. Another bot which I would like to show you is okay. Okay, the another bot which I would like to show you is AI Ed Leadership Bot. Now, this bot is specifically designed for education leaders, including but not limited to, for example, the school principals, the head of departments, the university people in administration, universities or colleges, the coordinators, subject specialists, professional development trainers, curriculum developers. So it covers all aspect. So here, in order to, I have done some preparation. I've already asked it to give me its top 5 use cases. For example, AI-powered personalized learning ecosystem. It can help administrators develop that. Can help, developing strategic faculty and staff development pathways, ethical AI governance and policy frameworks. It can help you in developing that. Then AI enhanced in institutional operations, building AI literacy culture and vision. So these are why it is, giving you very specific things, because I have designed it in a modular fashion. So it is going to, unfold modules one by one. For example, if I ask it, let's say, design a scalable professional development programs, and I specify the context. It is always nice to give the context. For example, design scalable professional development programs for an IB school that offers, for example, MYP and DP. Okay, so I've just given it, I have specified a type of school that follows a specific curriculum. So let's see how it designs the scalable professional development program for me. For example, in this case, I'm acting as the professional development in charge of an IB institution, for example. So here you will see it is going to chalk out the complete roadmap of a scalable professional development plan for my institution. So now I'm just going to show you what it has given me here. So AI literacy needs assessment phase, you see, the first it has given me, then it has told me to structure professional development program design, foundation level, then subject specific tasks, and it has specified the subjects, then delivery method is also there. Then what could be the implementation strategies? For example, train the trainer model, peer learning communities. Then you can also have an ongoing support structure, assessment and evaluation of the program, sustainability measures, what you can take, key success factors, what you should have. And then also, see, here it has in a very nice manner, and I have built most of the boards are built on Claude. And what I love about Claude is that it gives a very, I must say, professional and very much approachable thing. Everything is very much, you can say, conveniently aligned, and it is easy to navigate. So you see here it is. So again, now next it is asking me, would you like me to elaborate on any specific aspect of this professional development framework for your IB school? So you can then even ask questions, and if you want to elaborate or make more details, even you can ask it to develop the sessions. If you can ask it to develop the resources for your professional development workshops. It can develop the professional development plan of specific workshop if you give it time and all those things. It can also develop the handouts, the resources, the slides, even the content of the slides, even activities or exercises which you can do during the workshop. It can help you in developing all of those things. So it is really a very helpful tool for you. Okay, so the next bot which I would like to showcase here is the Stream and AI Innovation Lab bot. Again, one of my favorite bots here.
Sorry that I
So the
Shahida, sorry that I interrupt. We will only have, 5 more minutes. Okay. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I think that for future reference, I think that we should add, like a timer for us to
okay,
keep on track because we get actually really
okay,
passionate in.
okay. So the one last thing which I can do is maybe I would just like to quickly, very quickly, just like to show them our website where they can explore our other boards and other things whatsoever resources that are available. Oh, very quick. Okay, the website is visible, Andy and Sana.
Yes,
Andy.
it's visible.
Okay, thank you. So this is our website. Sorry, the time was again. It needs a lot of other sessions, and we will be bringing you more sessions where we will be discussing in detail all the bots and all those things. But before that, what you can do is you can explore our website. We will be keep on updating the website and the resources over there as well. So, Sana will share with you the link of our website. So, when you will come here, you will be able to see things here. And the most important things, I would just like to quickly like to show you two important pages. One is our Innovation Hub page. In our Innovation Hub page, we do have customized AI bots. And recently, we have announced AI-powered sustainable solutions challenge. You can find details, registration details, and guidelines for the challenge over here. These are the AI Innovation Hub bots which we have developed, and you can go and you can explore them. And these are the UN Sustainable Development Goals interactive boards, which Andy and John are working on them. And soon they will be available for all of you to use. We will definitely announce them. And then here it is. And we also have, professional development workshops related to our Innovation Hub. They are also here, and we'll be adding up more. Next, one another page which I would like to show to all of you here is our resources page. Again, AI literacy toolkit bots are here. Some of the bots I have shown you. These are masterclass workshop which we conduct every Saturday. They're also here. They're also available on YouTube channel. These are some of the tutorials, tech tutorials, which our team members they develop. We have also have here, and they're also available on our LinkedIn page and also on YouTube page. And these are some of the sessions of the conference which we have conducted. So that's it from my side. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I and Andy are available to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Shahida. That was lovely, and thank you for showing the website because don't you guys love it? I love it. I'm so in love with it. It's also created by Shahida. Most of the work here comes from her brain power. Let's go back to Boodlebox so we start answering any questions in case that you have any. So, Sana, have you found like any interesting question that you think that will help people from the audience?
For me, it's more about people most of the time, mostly questions at the moment are related to that, okay, how much of within the free version, what's the limit of the chat, which I ended up asking earlier. There was one related to people. People are really very interested in terms of that, okay, how they can use it. And I
Yeah.
think so last week's workshop that John had related to how to create a chatbot can help them if they are thinking about something related to their own curriculum. That, okay, within their classrooms, how it can work out. Um, what are the different what are the different things that what are the different components that it can really help educators with? That, okay, in what way can they incorporate it within their classroom? For example, assessment that they want to do. For example, that is related to they want to have a look at how students are working through maybe one of the critical thinking related work, or that is they have asked their students to conduct research and then write an essay that incorporates research as well. So, in what way can Boodlebox help them along the way with that work?
Okay, so look, for example, you can either use AI models directly or you can use the Boodle bots. Okay. So for instance, you said that you wanted to do something with research, right, Sana? Like imagine that we are creating something and we need research. We go to the research category and we just go ahead and find the bot that we would like to use. So for instance, let's say here that I want literature review assistant, or for example, let's say here they also have like dictionary bots in case that we need. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to find terminologies or definitions when you're learning a language because dictionaries sometimes are not that friendly. Let's say it that way. Yes, they are far from being friendly. So there you go. You just, let's say here, research assistant. I was looking for that one. That's why I was chit-chatting. So you go here, you choose it, and you go and ask for a new chat, okay? So, research assistant. All right. By the way, imagine that you have forgotten to save it as one of the models that you like. So you just hit favorite and it will appear in your favorite lists. Okay. So in this case, you go here, okay, and you insert the prompt. Once that you have inserted the prompt, remember that you can change and you can just go ahead and create whatever it is that you want to create. Imagine that you have already finished with the research assistant. You would go to ChatGPT and create something else. Do you see? Or in case that you don't want to use ChatGPT, that you want to use Perplexity, go ahead. You can just change within the model. Everything in the same conversation. So I think that with that, I answered that question, right, Sana?
Yes, I guess you did.
Perfect.
Though you've definitely, I think so for for anyone who hasn't used Boodlebox before, you have showcased how the platform is, what are the different things that are possible, and in what way um, people can use the chatbots that Shahida has developed and the rest of the team is working on,
Mhm.
and how they can even work on something of their own. And then exploration is the key. The more that everybody experiments and then looks at how it can work in their context, they can definitely see, okay, what are the other possibilities? Because again, all of us have different ways or different students.
Mhm.
Their needs are different. What we want to focus on with our courses is also going to be different. So they would also have to look at in terms of how to explore it. I'm definitely going to explore a few bots that the link for which I've already shared.
They're lovely. There is one question that I found here interesting. Do the students have also the same perspective website? I mean, would they are they going to be able to see what is it that the teacher is doing? No. And let me just go ahead and show you here, for example, in all my chats, when I explained how the shared conversations go, okay, when you have conversations with multiple people, imagine that you have a classroom of 12 and you need to have separate groups, okay? You just go ahead and you can open a folder, as I have done over here, and you go ahead and instead of calling it lesson one, you just call it conversation one, okay? And once that you have created that space, you go ahead and copy the link and share it with the people that you want them to be in that chat. Apart from that, nobody else can enter, even if they are in the same room. Okay, only the teacher is going to have access to that conversation. And for example, my interface, it's mine. Okay, when I access to my Boodlebox account, it's mine. I cannot see, for example, Shahida or yours, Sana, for that matter. Okay, so it's very private for us teachers and students to use. And again, more importantly, it's very safe. That was the first thing that we actually wanted to focus on the moment that we started working, with this platform. So yes, safe and private.
Okay. Um, Sabir, I don't think so. There's a lot in our PowerPoint presentation. Most of what we have showed today is demonstration based, and we have shared, and we will also email with your certificates the links, the documents for the links, the use cases, and any other links that I believe we have showed in today's session. So we will share that. And the YouTube the video on YouTube will definitely will be uploaded by either tonight or tomorrow.
Mhm.
And certificates will be shared till Tuesday or max Wednesday. Thank you, each and every one of you. If you have any questions, we'll definitely address those if there isn't anything else. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for today's session. It is a pleasure having all of you guys here.
Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for being here. And I would like to highly appreciate some of the very familiar participants who regularly attend all of our workshops. So thank you so much for staying with us on this learning journey, and we will be bringing more workshops for you as well. And please do participate in the challenge, Sana. Please also email them the Sustainable Solutions Challenge document and registration link as well, so
I
that if
will
any,
do that. Please fill
yeah.
in the feedback form because that is how I'm able to send you your certificates when they are not there, or if you're in any way your email ID is not written correctly, we are not able to send you the certificate. So this has happened in the last 2 weeks, that some of the email IDs were not correctly written. So we were not able to send those, and we didn't have any other data available. So kindly fill in the feedback form because that helps us send you your certificates. And along with that, we are also able to share any other updates that we have upcoming similar. We will share about the challenge that's upcoming. So if you're an educator, definitely participate with your learners alongside. We would love to have you guys. Rahim, we will share all of the links within the email, okay?
All right. Well, I think that we're good for today, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your presence here. You make us better, and you want us to try to be better in what we do. We love what we're doing for you, and let's keep creating, right? Okay, well, thank you. Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.